News at 5 on 2 Works For You starts right now.
So it's a family in that sense that they've gone through what you have.
A sense of shared sacrifice on this Veterans Day. Coming up, a look at patriotic tributes here at home and across the country. Coming to you live tonight from American Legion Post #1 right here in downtown Tulsa. More on all the Veterans Day activities coming up. First, I want to check in with our Storm Shield Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony. Bitter cold temperatures and a weather alert, Brett.
That's right, Russ. Very cold out there at the Veterans Day parades, but a lot of folks bundling up and going out and honoring our veterans. We're going to have the coldest night we've seen so far this season coming up tonight. It'll be a lot colder than it was on November 1st when it was 27. I think the lower 20s are very possible. Right now, we're on our way back down. Made it up to 43. We're back down to 39 in Tulsa. 42 at Eufaula. It's down to 36 at Coffeyville and Veneta. We have a wind chill to deal with here this evening. Right now we have north winds gusting to 25 miles an hour, so the wind chills are likely in the lower 20s. In fact, it feels like it's 29 right now at Bartlesville. Feels like it's 31 at Muskogee and 29 at Tahlequah. So here's the forecast for the evening. If you're out and about going to dinner or maybe to a veterans ceremony, 35 between 6 and 8 p.m. Clear skies, but wind chills again in the 20s with north winds around 10 miles an hour. Coming up, we're going to talk about this weekend. There's some new data rolling in regard to whether or not we'll see any wintry precipitation, and we'll look at that in just a few minutes.
Hi, Brett. Thanks. Thousands braved the wind to pay respects to veterans across Green Country. More than 100 different groups participated in the annual downtown parade, but the cold weather did cause some bands to cancel. We spoke with veterans who say weather always plays a role. Some years it's good, some years it's not so good.
Been involved with the parade for 11 or 12 years now, and I've seen worse days and I've seen better days. I can recall a time when it was 40 degrees and mist and rain with a blustery north wind.
Organizers say this is the 95th year for the parade, and it is one of the largest in the U.S., happening right in downtown Tulsa. Well, that parade is, of course, a celebration, but today's also a time to remember that freedom isn't free, and we caught up with one group who knows that all too well. Amid the bands marching and the Humvees rolling, there is another parade entry that is as unique and as special as the people on it.
It's just a very special family. It's one you really never want to be a member of, but once you are, it's very special.
These are Gold Star moms. That means they've lost a son or daughter in war. Linda Shoemaker lost her son Jared in Iraq September 4th of 2006.
You miss your son every day, and it never goes away. But things like this and the things that the city of Tulsa has done for the Shoemakers has really carried us through a very difficult time.
Sitting behind Linda is Lenora Winkler. Her son Jordan went to Union High School, and the 9/11 attacks on America motivated her son to serve.
Of course, we didn't want him to die over there, but we're proud that he did what he did. We honor him.
This is a float full of similar stories. Gold Star mothers bound together by tragedy.
Thank y'all for coming.
And part of a new family, one that understands loss and sacrifice more deeply than most.
It's a family in that sense that they've gone through what you have, so they understand. They let you cry, they let you be angry, and they help you get past it, or through it, not past it.
Special group of people on that float. Well, a small Green Country community remembers 9 men who did not return home from battle. The faces of the 9 young soldiers are on display in Coweta's Jimmy Lee Campbell Memorial Park, along with their small part of their story. During the Vietnam War, each of these 9 men lost their lives in action, which left a huge hole in their hometown.
It was very humbling for our small town to lose so many kids at one time.
And coming up on 2 News at 6, the special reason Coweta continues to remember these men more than 40 years after they passed. People are honoring men and women in uniform any way they can. 2 News reporter Will Dupree spoke to one man in Bartlesville who's putting his appreciation for veterans on display for all to see.
Well, in honor of Veterans Day, 500 flags, yes, 500, are proudly displayed here in the Oak Park neighborhood in Bartlesville. You can see just a few of the flags back behind me here, but one man is really responsible for this incredible display.
This picture was was taken in Korea.
Bob Hunley spent his career in the Army, serving all over the world.
I was in for 21 and a half years.
When he retired, he displayed a few flags in his front yard on Veterans Day. And over the years, that display grew to include more than just his yard.
It's just an honor to put them out. You know, if I had to crawl to do it, I'll do it, you know.
Any extra money Bob gets now goes to buying new flags. This year, he sent out more than 500, spanning a 3-block area.
It just makes hair on my arm stand up when I ride up the road and see them.
Bob can't get around like he used to anymore, so now other veterans come to help him set up all the flags.
I think it's great.
Neighbors like Jim Quillen say the flags attract a lot of visitors.
I sat out yesterday afternoon and I seen a lot of motorcycles and people just drive by looking at the flags.
My first sergeant patches.
Bob hopes those people are reminded of a few things when they see all these flags.
Realize what the veterans do for it, and that freedom isn't free. There's sacrifices around every corner, and you can see that by driving around the park, and every time you go around the corner there's another flag.
Well, Bob's going to set out all these flags again on Memorial Day, and he plans to add 200 more and expand it to a few more blocks. Reporting from Bartlesville, Will Dupree, 2 Newsworks for you.
The somber sound of taps played today at Arlington's Tomb of the Unknowns. Vice President Joe Biden laid a wreath at the site, paying tribute to our nation's military men and women.
Every single generation of veterans throughout our history has been the best that this country has had to offer. It's as true today as it was 200 years ago.
Looking live now at the National Mall in Washington. In less than 1 hour, Bruce Springsteen will headline a free concert to honor our country's veterans. The show will air live on HBO, and it also features Oklahoma's own Carrie Underwood. Well, today, of course, we thank our veterans, but there are some people out there who are trying to take from our veterans. 2 News problem solver Jamil Donith joins us now, and there are some schemes out there targeting veterans.
That's right, Russ. On this day that we are honoring our veterans, the problem solvers and the Federal Trade Commission really want to empower our veterans to fight fraud. Now, some common schemes that target veterans are charities that claim to give back to the military. The FTC says that just because veteran or military family is in the organization name, that doesn't mean your donations go there. There's also identity theft. Veterans should be on the lookout for mistakes on medical or financial statements. And to reduce the risk of identity theft for active military service members who are deployed can put an active duty alert on their credit reports. Then there's also veterans pensions. Fraudsters will offer veterans free help with pension claims. This is to get vets to transfer assets or invest in insurance products, claiming this will qualify them for aid and attendance benefits. However, aid and attendance benefits are never granted automatically, and the qualifications are very specific and strict. Now we have links to tons more consumer information as well as advice for our veterans and families on our website at kjrh.com. Back to you, Russ.
Jamil, thanks. You know, Tulsa's Clary Sage College offering free haircuts for veterans today. They'll be there at 7:30 tonight. One Vietnam vet that we talked with says the attention is nice, especially when so many vets have gone unrecognized in the past.
Especially us older ones, they kind of forget about us. But it's really nice. It's really special. Makes you feel good.
Those haircuts, just one of the freebies available to veterans today. There are also free meals, free coffee, even online shopping discounts. We've posted a full list. Check it out at kjrh.com. Our 2 News anchor Karen Larson working for you this afternoon with a traffic alert. Let's check in with her to see how the Tuesday evening drive home is going. Karen?
Well, I'll tell you, we've got quite a few wrecks happening around town right now. Taking a look, you'll see that basically we've got up to 8 now throughout Midtown Tulsa, in Southeast Tulsa as well. We'll check out and see what this one's going to tell us here. Basically, it's at 60th Place. It's an earlier accident at 89th East Avenue, so beware of that area as well. Also, right at the curve of 169 at Memorial Drive. For a complete look at your daily commute, check out 2 News Today each weekday starting at 5 a.m.
All right, Karen, thanks. A 2 News Crime Alert now. Police searching right now for a man they say held up a Tulsa wireless store. Happened at the Cricket off 4th and Lewis. Police say that the robber took out a gun and demanded the female worker give him money. He got away with about $1,100 cash. Police want you to be on the lookout for a black 2-door Honda with a white male in his late 20s to 30s with scruffy facial hair. The New York doctor diagnosed with Ebola last month is home tonight. The hospital released Dr. Craig Spencer a few hours ago. Before he left, he thanked the staff for their help.
Welcome. I wanted to start by taking a moment to thank the medical team here at HHC Bellevue Hospital Center for the tremendous care and support they have provided to me to survive this virus.
Dr. Spencer contracted Ebola while treating patients in West Africa with the group Doctors Without Borders. He was the last person known to have Ebola in the United States. Well, a unique operation here in the country, next at 5 inside this hydroponic farm, and why the cold weather could actually help boost their business. Plus, what you need to know before you exercise in these frigid temperatures.
And it is frigid. In fact, tomorrow morning could be the coldest morning we've seen so far this season. Fall really springing into action now. Some fall color from Bob Staub in Bartlesville.